Okay, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get started into the second half of the Drive to Justice Summit. Um, I wanted to bring to the stage and introduce our keynote speaker, Miss Linda Howard, here, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, the founder and CEO of Young Mothers of Cleveland, a staunch advocate, activist, and active BFO member that's Building Freedom Ohio. I will let her do the rest. But welcome, Linda. I'm so grateful to have you here.
So good morning. Thank you, Lou. How y'all doing? Good morning. Well, good afternoon, I would say. So thanks for everybody that is here to be here today. We could have been anywhere. That's my favorite little mojo. We could have been anywhere today on this rainy Saturday, but we here today, right? So it's a blessing. As Bree said, I'm Linda Howard. I'm the founder and owner of Young Mothers of Cleveland. I'm also the chair of Building Freedom Ohio, welcome and on board. And so I definitely represent them in all my spaces that I'm in. They are the reason that I'm here today for Drive to Justice. So a quick little back mojo of myself. This is very important to me. And I have a lived experience, so I'm going through it. So me and Mike Jones are a little different because I'm not shy about sharing what I have been through. And it wasn't my fault. So that comes to say that we're dealing with all different kinds of suspensions that really have nothing to do with our own individual self. So I had my son when I was 13. I'm now 37. He's 24. I have a 6-year-old and I have a granddaughter because of him. And he's the reason that I'm so passionate about Drive to Justice. He flipped my car over back in 2020 with himself and my 6-year-old in the car with him. Flipped the car over. He wasn't on my insurance. He wasn't part of my car, wasn't on my car information or anything. I had to pay for the pole. He didn't hit nobody. He hit the pole. So I had to pay the city back $1,300. I didn't know my license was suspended. I didn't know they were suspended. I ended up actually, and that was my fault, so I'm not going to blame them. I didn't completely stop at a stop sign. So that's what made the cop pull me over, which he had the right to pull me over because I didn't completely stop at the stop sign. But when he pulled me over, it comes to my attention that my license is suspended, that the city of Cleveland was trying to reach me to be able to pay this fine for the pole. So they completely just took my license. It wasn't, and they did inform me, I wasn't at the address. So my work with Young Mothers of Cleveland, I have turned my house into a boarding house. So the mail for the city was coming to the house, but I wasn't receiving the mail. So not therefore or really mine, right? But once I found out about it, and just to backtrack, I just had court on the 24th. So I have like a pretrial date on October 1st. Now, I remind you, this booklet I got up here, because I like to come with receipts, is everything that I did that they told me to do. To pay the fine, to pay the poll, all the court costs came from them continuously sending me to court and wanting me to go to court and continuously to go. That's $110 every go around that we have to pay, Zoom or in person, right? So I'm like, okay, well, this is way back then. We in 2024 now. So what is it that I need to do? So once again, me being a very vibrant Building Freedom Ohio member, I have no problem on being very polite and nice and debative with people. So I'm just letting the attorney know, like, look, I want to be as patient as possible, but I think it's just like a reoccurring cycle that y'all just want me to continue to pay money that I don't have. I was blessed by Bree to be able, in Building Freedom Ohio, to be able to do a story with ABC News. ABC News took me through, well, I took them throughout my whole day, from the time I woke up to the time we probably ended to go to bed at night, honestly, because they went through my day of work, then came to the kids' pantry, we went to the center where we do Building Freedom Ohio. They just want to know, how do I navigate doing all of what I do without no license at all? So I'm telling them it's definitely a barrier because I'm not able to drive. I can't drive. So I'm either taking the Uber, I'm taking the bus, no shame to it at all, I have no problem with it at all. It's public transportation, it's here for us to use. But on top of that, I'm a mother, I'm working, I'm advocating, I'm in the city. I'm kind of shy to tell people because they just assume that I'm just straight and narrow, right? So it is like a little iffy conversation when people ask me, well, Miss L, why you ain't driving? Or Miss L, why you need a ride? I'm kind of like, do I want to say that my license is suspended? Because now it's about to be a whole conversation. But I want to be honest and I want to be blunt so people can be able to know, like, it's a thing, you know, and it's a big thing. So not to tab off of myself, because we could go all day about that. What really makes me believe in Drive to Justice is because of my work that I do with Young Mothers of Cleveland. So the gentlemen that I run across, not only fathers, but the gentlemen that I come across re-entering back into society in my Building Freedom Ohio world, it's like, why is it a recurring circle that we have to continue to go through the same thing just to get our license? On top of that, it's like the craziest reasons. Nobody ain't killed nobody, nobody ain't hit nobody, none of that. It's just like, you had an old ticket, so now I don't have my license. I got child support, probably for a child that's probably not even mine. I can't have my license. All these stories are real true. So I'm kind of blessed that everybody's in the room, but it should be filled up. It should be actually filled up. So I took it upon myself to have a different kind of outlook with it, just to kind of reach the people that is, like Bree said, directly impacted, because it hit us a little different than people that never been through it. So not saying that they're not a helping hand, but you have to experience something like this to understand it. If you always had your license, you're not going to get it. If you always been driving, you're not going to understand it. If you never ran into a situation where somebody just took your license for whatever reason, you're not going to get it. It's not really going to matter to you. But me being a mother, a grandmother, doing so much in the community, having to be able to travel, even when they told me I even go October 1st, and they want me to like cop out to something. So yes, I'm going to cop out because I want it to be over. Not saying that I can't get my license, because I can. So now I'm not labeled as a suspended driver, just a non-licensed driver. And I had a block on my name. I didn't have my license, but nobody would tell me, like, just a split little thing like Bree say, sometimes you have to educate people. I had never had my license suspended before. So all the cases was the same case number with different court dates, with different fines attached to it. And now you want me to pay all of this, still be able to make it to work, no transportation, don't know how the weather may be the days that we wake up and we don't want to really go out and hop the bus. Maybe don't have $30 or $40 to catch for an Uber. You know, so it's all different kind of barriers that could come along with it. As I told to my public attorney that I have, he's a very nice gentleman. But he know, like I know, Miss Sheila Turner don't let us talk. She don't let us explain what happened. She don't let us say, look, I got my SR-22, here go my fines, this is what I have paid, can I please have my license back? I had to beg her just to take the block off so I can be able to go to the BMV to be able to even get some plates if I wanted to. But still, I go back to court again, and you tell me now, I understood it, but wonder for the ones that couldn't understand it. Oh, your license is indefinitely suspended. In my head, I'm like, oh, I'm never going to get my license back. Now, this is about to be crazy. I can't drive around like this. But we can go spend $50 on a Friday and be able to go get driving privileges. That don't make sense. Then when you cop me out and I cop out to something that I just want to, because I wanted to be over, now you about to, I think you said it was like $75 or something. So I'm explaining to him, like, I think I understand, but I don't understand. So when October 1st come and she tell me, well, Ms. Howard, we're going to go here. We can't continue it no more. The case is too old. We can't continue it. So I'm asking him, what we going to do next? What's going to happen next then? Well, she can't tell you, Ms. Howard, that you can't have your license, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to cop out to something in pretrial day, and you're going to pay the fine, and we're just going to go on about our business. But how he said it was just like willy-nilly, like, just cop out to it. And in my head, I'm like, my Building Freedom Ohio hat came on, my Young Mothers of Cleveland hat came on, Linda came out. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. You just really just want my money. That's all you really want. Somebody seal this. Just seal it. Well, we could just be, I didn't hurt nobody. I didn't kill nobody. Thank God I didn't. My sons are still here because, I could get another car, but I can't get two other children, So thank God because of that. But I have to keep going back to court and keep paying $110 and then pay $75 for something I'm copping out to that I probably understand but not understand. And you're not giving me no leeway nowhere. And then on top of that, just being rude. That's the part that gets me. It's like, let us explain what happened. Y'all wasn't there. It was just me and the cop. Let me tell you what did happen and what did go down. Let me tell you why I didn't get the letter for the city for the poll. Let me explain to you these things so I can be able to get my license back. Even the ABC people was able to come on to the call with me, but she removed them because she said it's not supposed to be in the space. They're not supposed to be there acting like but she was just shadowing. She just wanted to see like the energy that the judge give us when we and it's like 30 people on the call. How it is in the courtroom, everybody on the Zoom together. So I take it upon myself just to say, and I apologize if I feel like I'm off the cuff or talking too fast, but it hits my heart so well because we always looking over our shoulder. And it ain't just me. And I think I fight so hard in this round for it because the fathers that I come across, they work every day. They take care of their children, but you forever getting your car towed. because you have to look over your shoulder when you're in the midst of going to work. You have to look over your shoulder when you're out and about. Even if you do have driving privilege, you only have a certain amount of time frame to be able to drive. So anything before or after that, you in trouble. If you get off of work late and you get caught, you get pulled over. Now you in trouble. How you going to explain that? Go ahead. Yes, of where you at. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And it's not like a gender kind of thing because I'm a female, so I get the same backlash that gentlemen get. I would just say that it's something that's to be voiceful. People are scared to say it. People are embarrassed to be grown and not have no license. That's number one, to not have any. And then to be able to be a community advocate or an advocate, or whatever you want to call it, and not be able to be I think I lost a couple of nice, decent jobs probably for not having a license more than being a felon. And that's crazy to me. Like you have to have a driver's license for certain places that you work. As soon as I tell you that I don't have it or you check my name and see that I don't have it, you're like, oh, I can't be bothered because how you going to commute? So now I have to worry about you getting on the bus or catching the Uber, So that's just a real big barrier for me. But I think I pour out more for people that's not voiceful because I talk so much, I guess, and ramble so much. Some people like to be in the box and they have so many ideas, y'all. And they have so many barriers themselves. They just don't know how to say it and express it. So it's for us to kind of go out and grab people, like workshops and summits like this. Always try to bring a +1 with you if you can, so we can be able to fill the room, canvas as well as possible. And I have learned through I wouldn't call it organizing world, I would say the last couple of years in this organization, nonprofit life, organizing numbers really do mean something, or we would never be able to move anything. And it's sorry to say, if it's not a group of us, then we ain't gonna move nothing. We just gonna meet, what I call meet to meet to meet. That's all it's gonna be. So we can sit in many rooms like this and talk about Drive to Justice. And me and Brian had conversations about doing community conversations. To me, I feel you have to go hit the places, just like voting. They're not going to be interested in nothing if you don't meet them where they are or make them feel like they part of the issue or the problem or the solution. You have to kind of draw them into it. So I think when I talk about Drive to Justice to the gentleman, it kind of catches their attention like, dang, somebody care that we don't have license. And I have ran across so many men like, well, I hope somebody do something about it. I hope we had and now we do, but nobody's in the seat, right? So it's just more like just going to the people and expressing how we feel about this because it's something that never hit the city before. I never heard anything like this before. Not a Drive to Justice thing. So even to me, it's like, oh, somebody opened up their eyes. They listening to us now because it is a big thing. There's a lot of people that don't have no driver's license for all kinds of reasons. So I would say, the work is real, y'all. So if you in this space today, I would say whatever that we create from now on to try to grab a +1 again, come out and fellowship with us as much as possible, stay in tune to what's going on. I don't have a problem with people being in the bubble because sometimes we are just like in our own little bubble, our own little world or whatever that we do. But know it's people out here that need our voice because they don't know how to, push it out. They don't know how to speak it. They don't know the language of it. You know what I mean? Even if they don't understand or did understand it, it's just people just don't care nowadays. So you have to find something to catch people's attention so they can be able to be in the space with us. And then once again, we would love to be paid to do certain stuff, but half of this kind of work is not paid. And I tell people, couldn't no check give me this, I don't get paid for nothing that I do. Not even Young Mothers of Cleveland. Can't nobody pay me for that. That's something that naturally my thing. That's like my mojo. I like to educate people on stuff they don't know about because it's really just a gimmick for real. And then dealing with Building Freedom Ohio and being a felon myself, no, I've never been in prison, but I've been in a couple of county and city jails in my life. But that's not who I am. But when a person Google you, that's all they know. They don't know Young Mothers of Cleveland. They don't know how I rock with Building Freedom Ohio. They don't know that they just read what's on paper, and that's what they assume, So once again, I thank y'all. I hope I was a good keynote speaker today, Bree. I appreciate y'all. And once again, always go grab a +1. So thank you, Representative, for even pushing this bill to even be something that's on your heart, because that's something heavy, but it's something that we need, right? Something that we need. So I appreciate you guys. We'll have a good one.